Alright, so what you guys may have, well, there's not even a may have in this case scenario, because if you're watching this, you're probably not subscribed to me, so if you're watching this, you're probably watching because I put up a review of The Walking Dead, not because you're subscribed to me. If you're not, though, please subscribe. But anyway, this was the mid-season premiere of Season 5 of The Walking Dead. Yeah, I know it confuses me as well. TV shows are confusing nowadays. But the show itself was not bad. I had some problems with it, though. So, of course, spoiler alert. If you have not watched the episode, please go back and watch it before watching this video. Here's what happens. Rick and the group travel to Virginia with, what's his name? The black teenager. The one who is interested in Beth. His family had this camp with walls and everything. That's how they described it. So they make their way to Virginia, which is, from what I'm picking up, the first time that this show has ever been filmed outside of Georgia, when it comes to the plot. It may have still been filmed in Georgia. It's just, the plot says it places them in Virginia, which is the first time they've been out. In the series, it's the first time they've been out of Georgia. So they travel, and it ends up being a no-go. The campgrounds have been cleared, houses have been burned, everybody is dead, and Tyrese takes charge of watching the kid, whatever his name is, while Rick, Michonne, and Glenn go out to scavenge the area for whatever it may be. So, after having this, upset kind of crybaby fest, I don't know. I would feel the same way if it were me, but after having this emotional roller coaster, Tyrese encourages, I can't think of his name. Anyway, he encourages what's his name to get back up and keep fighting. And so he gets back up and he runs over to his old house. So they get to his old house while Rick, Michonne, and Glenn are, talking over stories and shit and gathering supplies and food and water. And Tyrese ends up following the kid to his home, his old home. So the kid gets in, he sees that his mother is dead, and Tyrese goes down the hall. He sees that there is this walker, I guess what I was assuming at first to be a child, and I was right, behind a door. So Tyrese goes into the kid's brother's room and looks at a bunch of pictures. And while being distracted at the pictures, he's mesmerized by them and he's thinking all these thoughts. And then one of the biggest problems that I had that led up to the biggest problem that I had was that Tyrese ends up getting bitten by one of the kids. And then, I cannot think of his name. I don't know his name. But the kid puts down his younger brother. Tyrese is bit. So we go through the entire story with these vivid in-betweens of a picture with blood on it and Tyrese going crazy in what could be his final moments of life. So throughout the show or the other whatever, we continuously switch between Tyrese and the rest of the group. What ends up culminating is Michonne decides to try to get Glenn and Rick on board to head to Washington, because even though Eugene was lying about being a scientist and all that shit, he had to pick Washington for some reason. Now that's going to play into the storyline somehow, I don't know. But afterwards they hear, cannot think of his name. Anyway, they hear what's his name calling for help. He's trapped with a chair in front of him with 2 walkers trying to get to him, or 3 walkers trying to get to him. The rest of the group show up and save him. He tells them that Tyrese is bit, And while while they are making their way back to Tyrese, he gets into a brawl between a walker. He ends up getting bit again. I think it was on the left arm. And just pretty much sits there. And so he's having these different, vivid, in-between conversations with a bunch of the dead people. I think it was the white guy from the cannibal camp. Then you had Bob. You had the governor. And then later on, you would see Beth. And the two kids that Carol put down in Season 4. And what ended up happening was, later on, the two kids held out his arm. He pictured the two kids holding out his arm, when it was really Rick holding out and pulling his arm so Michonne could chop it off. She chops off the arm, and I don't know what happens to Tyrese in that moment in time, but they end up lugging him out of the house into a car as they drive away. Tyrese then pictures Bob in the passenger seat after he tells him to turn off the radio because the news is playing for some reason. Bob is in the passenger seat. Beth is the driver, and she's talking about how it's okay now. And the two kids are next to him in the seat saying, it's not okay. It's not just okay, it's better now. And that's when I'm thinking, he's talking to dead people. He's the only one seeing these dead people. So, since Rick is not seeing these dead people, he's no longer seeing Lori. And so, since Rick is not seeing these dead people, since he's had this experience with, conversations with the dead, or talking dead, it's obviously going to the case where either Tyrese is on the brink of death, or Tyrese is just going mentally insane. The last few camera moments are, I think, Michonne and the teen kid getting out of the car while Rick moves over to the back seat, or comes out of the passenger seat, over to the side, or no, comes out of the driver's seat. Glenn goes over to the side, and they're lugging out Tyrese. They put him onto the cement. I'm like, alright, they ran out of gas. And that was my first instinct for some reason, I don't know why. Until they lay him on the concrete, just kind of like laying there. Like you would just lay flat on your back with your head against the concrete. And I'm like, this looks suspicious. And then and all of a sudden I see Michonne in the distance. She's got her sword pouch, or her katana, and she's pulling it out. And at that point I'm thinking, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. And you see this tablecloth go over his face. And then at that point, at that very moment in time, there's no doubt everybody's thinking, he's dead. So they kill off Tyrese. And the last scenes are showing him being buried. Now, those were the same scenes being showed at the beginning of the show. Kind of to throw you off thinking they're burying Beth. But they really ended up burying Tyrese. So, they show Daryl shoveling a mound of dirt in with a small little shovel. Looked kind of cool. And then Sasha, I guess his sister, shoveling over one mound as well. And then Rick grabs the shovel and then starts just piling the dirt in. And then I think the last image you see after the priest or Father Gabriel, giving his speech about how life and death is, a tragedy and we have to keep fighting or whatever. The last scene is the cross that they have with those two wooden sticks or wooden logs with the rope tied around the corners, with Tyrese's beanie on the top, which is kind of touching and kind of cool, so to speak, since you really never see him without the beanie and you've never really seen his hair, so it's kind of cool to see that. My biggest problem that I had was that they killed off Tyrese. I wasn't a big Tyrese fan, but if you're going to kill off Tyrese, and I didn't see this coming, why not do it in the season finale? Because now you have all these characters, and with The Walking Dead, and I don't watch Game of Thrones, so this may not be the case, but in the season finale, which shows like The Walking Dead, you have to kill a character, with the exception of Season 2, considering that season was just awful. But with the exception of Season 2, you have to kill off a character that everybody's gotten to know, everybody knows the backstory of, everybody loves, and you have to kill him in the season finale. I believe Season 2, they killed off Shane. No. That was one of the episodes leading up to the season finale. Or no, that was the season finale. Actually, not the exception of Season 2. They killed off Shane with a bunch of other characters. Season 1, they killed off a random chick that nobody really cared about. Season 3, I think they killed off Andrea in the season finale, and Milton. Season 4, I think the mid-season finale of Season 4, they killed off the Governor, one of the best antagonists out of any TV show of the 2010 era. Season 4 season finale, I'm not sure. I think that was the point where they killed... Who did they kill in the Season 4 finale? If you know, leave in your comments below. I don't know who they killed off in the Season 4 finale. Oh, and Season 4 mid-season finale, they killed off Herschel and the Governor. And Season 4 mid-finale, Season 4 finale, I don't quite recall. I think it was... No, it wasn't that. I don't know. But afterwards, what we see was that the Season 5 finale, Season 5 mid-season finale, you kill off Beth. You know, we're used to this by now. And then Season 5 mid-season premiere, you kill off a main character. Now, who does that leave you with to kill off in Season 5, the Season 5 finale? Because everybody knows you're going to do something memorable, and the most memorable things you can get from The Walking Dead are main characters being killed off. Some of it. So, you can't really introduce a character right now and build him up to the season finale because you don't have enough time to get used to them. I mean, that's why Dawn, in the mid-season finale for Season 5, was killed off, and it didn't really matter too much as it mattered with Beth. So, the characters it leaves you with, Rick Grimes, which more than likely will not die because he is the series' main protagonist. You have Daryl Dixon, which will leave everybody rioting and cause the Walking Dead to become the walking joke full of stupidity and brainless, heartless producers and writers. Many fans' words, not mine. You have Glenn, which I could see happening. Maggie, which I kind of see happening. Sasha, which is, you know, a good chance. Chandler Riggs, which is the kid. Carl. Don't see that one happening. Who else does that leave you with? I'm pretty sure that's it. Obviously not Father Gabriel. Did we get any new people? The kid. I don't think you can kill him off yet because he hasn't had enough time to develop. But either way, this show is losing a lot of its main characters, which means sooner or later... Oh, Carol is another one. But that means sooner or later, you're going to end up having to kill off characters that will make people riot and make people stop watching. I mean, the WWE has stopped doing what the people want. They've been doing things against what the people want. And if The Walking Dead were to do that, they'd be killing off people like Daryl Dixon and Rick Grimes and the characters that nobody wants you to kill off. So, you know, the WWE is losing fans now. They're losing viewers and they're losing subscriptions to the WWE Network. So, what do you think is going to happen to The Walking Dead if they were to kill off the main characters that keep the show running? Oh, Michonne is another one. Can't see that happening. So, my biggest problem is, why not save it for the Season 5 finale, build a character up during Season 5, build them up until the Season 6 finale, and then kill them off? but have an interesting backstory going until they die. That's what I would like to have seen happen, but we didn't get that. I'm not going to go too far on why The Walking Dead should have done it, because I know that the producers and the scriptwriters for The Walking Dead are geniuses. They know what they're doing. They know what the fans want, and as long as they don't kill off Daryl or Rick, then I'm pretty sure they'll keep viewers. And since they killed off a main character in Season 5, mid-season finale, or mid-season premiere, just leaves me with many questions, which is what the Walking Dead producers want. The question is, who are they going to kill off in the Season 5 finale? What are they going to do? What do they have in store? And that's an answer that I will end up finding out when it comes to, I think, March or April. So, thank you for watching. This was, I think, the first video I've done in 2 weeks. So far I've stuck to my every other week script, or every other week schedule for this channel. You haven't heard the last of The Walking Dead on this channel. I will probably put out a review of The Walking Dead Season 5 finale, just so that way I can talk to you about if my answers have been, or if my questions have been answered. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. This was my review of the Season 5 mid-season premiere, or mid-season premiere of Season 5 of The Walking Dead. Thank you for watching. Remember, like, favorite, and subscribe for more. If you're watching, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do now. Thank you for watching. Remember, like, favorite, subscribe for more. I'm Zach Hardy, signing off.